You know, I'm a walking disaster. Wherever I go, dressed as I am, people think of God. To some people, oh, there goes the sinner. To others, oh, an opportunity for salvation. Let's try to convert him. And then, of course, there's the atheists that are looking at me, oh, it is outdated, old-fashioned, get a life. Well, an elderly woman, late 70s, early 80s, approaches me and begins the typical discussion. You know, you need salvation, time's running out. So instead of defending my beliefs, I decided to go on the offense. I asked her, when did you accept your faith? She said, ooh, I've been faithful since I was 12. I said, well, how long did it take you to make the decision that this is in fact true? She says, well, not very long. It was obvious to me. So I told her, you must have quit school by 12. So she says, how could I quit school by 12? There's so much to know about the world. I couldn't know it all by 12. So I said, hold on. If you couldn't understand the world by 12, you expect to understand the creator of the world by then? There was a physics professor who believed in God, and his colleagues could not stand him. After all, he was a really good scientist. How could he believe in God? So he was approached, and they asked him, can you debate God? So I said, sure. So they choose the most atheist professor, and they, make a big event, and the auditorium's packed. Because after all, we're not dealing with, few religious fanatics going at each other. We're talking about two professors from a well-known university discussing God. So the professor who believes in God says, can I ask the first question? Sure. So he asks the atheist, he says, before we begin, define what you think people consider God. And of course he began, there's this man in heaven with a white beard, and he watches you, and if he doesn't like you, he'll zap you. He tries to control you. And it's funny because we don't see him in a telescope, so I don't know where you expect him to be. So the professor who believes in God looks at the atheist and says, we cannot really continue this debate. Because you may be advanced in physics, but you have no clue what's God. Yes, there are people who accept some sort of God, some definition of God with blind faith. And it makes no sense. But there are many people who understand a much deeper God. One that, if you were to understand it, you would probably realize that you already believe in God.